I've got a lot of roots in ZZ Top and Billy Gibbons.
Can we quiz you here?
Yes.
Like if we name a band, can you peel off a riff?
Probably not.
No.
But I'll try it anyway.
Okay. All right. We'll just turn up the guitar here. Say
Right.
if we'll mention a band, you try and peel off the first riff that comes into your head.
Okay.
Okay. How about Rolling Stones?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh,
The Monkey Man.
but Can't You Hear Me Knocking? Right?
That's right. Yep.
That's
right.
Okay.
Can't you hear me now?
All right. How about Black Sabbath?
Ooh, yeah.
I think you played that in Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Little paranerd. How about AC/DC?
Let's see.
Nice. Okay.
I know some of these anyway.
Yeah, but
All
that's
right.
cool, man. Just able to whip it out like that. That's awesome.
In Sync.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I gotta know this, right? I'm a professional musician. I should be able to do this.
They sold an awful lot of
Yeah.
records, Joe.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know that one. It goes like this. It goes.
I remember that song.
That one.
Yeah, you ripped them off after
I know.
they did
I know.
that. Yeah.
I know. Didn't we all?
What CDs are in Joe Satriani's CD player these days? What are you listening to these days?
Let's see. Incubus, Deftones. Yeah.
How about a CD in your collection that you'd be embarrassed to tell us about?
Oh, there's so many. Okay.
Aside from the NSYNC one that you just played from there.
I like those guys. They should be on that Yanni tour.
Or no, maybe not embarrassed, but what would surprise us? A CD that's in your collection that would really kind of take us by surprise.
Oh, you know, I alternate between, like, I'll listen to Deftones and I'll put on Coldplay, and maybe people figure there's, you can't hear the guitar player in that band, but
Right.
actually I kind of enjoy that, the way that the guy plays, and they write great songs. And if a band puts out an album that I think is kind of perfect for what they're trying to say, then I really enjoy listening to it. I thought the last Linkin Park record was like that. It was, for what they were trying to do, it was really great, and all the songs kind of fit what they did. I thought the Coldplay record, the last two actually, I didn't know if there was one before. Have they had three out, or is it just two?
Well, there's a live one too they keep playing on one of the video
Yeah, I think
channels
it's three
too.
total, but
I haven't heard that. Yeah, I mean, when the record sticks together and it's a whole record that's really great.
Thin Lizzy Jailbreak.
Oh, wow.
Comes to mind for me, but and the first Partridge Family.
Yeah,
but that goes way back.
We're going on tour with Thin Lizzy and Deep Purple in the second half of the summer.
All right. Cool.
Oh man, that's a good triple bill right there.
Why don't we play a Joe Satriani song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we're going to do Always With You, Always With Me. This goes back to Surfing with the Alien, right?
That's right.
All right.
Yes.
That's just a great song.
There's some people weeping in the lobby. I like that.
You know that one? It's actually that's Joe Satriani, by the way. It's 93.3. It's great when a song. You talk about that. That one actually does bring tears to my eyes. It's a beautiful song, and it's amazing when you can do that with just instrumental.
Yeah.
Just music. It's great.
Yeah.
By the way, was that an AC/DC riff at the end?
That's right. I just threw that in
Hard
there.
as a Rock.
Hard as a Really? I thought it was Heat Seeker. There's so many of them.
It could
like
be
that.
Sink the Pink too.
We used to listen to that.
Okay.
Yeah, from
it
Heat
sounded a little
Seeker
like the beginning of Hard as a Rock, which is a
Oh yeah, it's like it's got a sort of a bagpipe kind of thing. Yeah. A little Celtic vibe.
With
on it.
the title of that song and the tone of it, obviously you had someone special in mind when you came up with that one.
That's right. Yeah, it was my wife, Rubina. We've been together for just forever, and it's hard when you. I tell you, when you're writing a song, it's a love song, and it's about someone that you're still with. You really do have to get it right, because otherwise,
you may not be with them anymore.
That's right.
After
Yeah.
that,
So there's that added pressure. Like, you better make it good.
It must be weird for Billy Joel when they say, "Hey, when you wrote Just the Way You Are, who'd you write it for?" He's like, "My first wife."
That was like 4 wives ago. But
I'm not with her anymore. But
where'd you meet your wife? Was she a fan and you met her at a gig, or
No, absolutely not. No, she's from Singapore, so she was in San Francisco studying art at the Academy of Art. And this is really complicated. She was my older sister's boyfriend's daughter's roommate.
I'm doing the math here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm the youngest of 5 kids. So my oldest siblings are 9 years older than I am.
Okay.
So
Okay.
That's how it would explain the
All right.
age. And so I'd been on tour with this crazy band for a while. And I came out to California from New York to try to woodshed. So I was practicing like 13 hours a day. and I was living at my sister's apartment, and she dragged me out saying, you have to come out and see the daylight once in a while. And so she invited me to this party that was my future wife's roommate's birthday.
Wow.
And so I just went to this party, and I saw this girl, and
kind of clicked from there.
That was it.
For me, I had to pursue her and convince her.
Very well. But I was kind of glad to hear you say it wasn't someone that you met at a gig, because it sounds like you have a more legitimate chance at a relationship with someone that you meet outside that arena, outside that realm. I would think.
Yeah. When we were both struggling, just young and struggling. And it stayed that way for quite a long time, unfortunately.
Right. Hey, we should mention your website, Satriani.com, which has been up and running for several years. So folks want more information about where you're going to be, maybe how to email you, that type of thing, Satriani.com.
Yeah, we've got a page called Talk to Joe, and people can just freely talk about anything they want amongst themselves. I do read it all the time. There's too many posts for me to answer, every single one of them. But one thing we do is we run a contest for anyone who's on the email list. We give out up to 10 to 12 tickets and backstage passes for every show that we do around the world.
Nice.
And so as soon as we start touring, we'll be in Europe for G3 starting June 13th. And so the website is the place where people can find out if they've won tickets and backstage passes. And it's kind of cool.
You're very flexible in that you kind of bounce in and out of G3, A Night with Joe Satriani, and you said you're just touring with, who was it, Deep Purple?
Deep Purple.
Then Lizzie, you can kind of bounce in and out of different projects pretty easily.
Yeah, they're so different. The demands on you physically and the whole entertainment part of it is very different. The kind of production you bring, the size of the show, how long you're going to play. So it's nice to have to change the show up like that. Sometimes
does that keep it fresh for you? Help you keep it fresh? Yeah.
Especially when you're doing the G3 stuff and you got these amazing guitar players standing right next to you, and just kicking your ass every day, and you just gotta. It's great.
Does that when you're out on the G3 tour, does that raise the bar for you as a player?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know Steve and I, and we've done so many together. We just love it. It's just something that we've done since we were kids.
But you feed off each other and challenge each other, though, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. When we were, let's see, I started teaching him when I was about 15. He was about 12, I guess. And I hadn't really played for very long, right? Just about a year or so. And so we were pretty close, even though he was a beginner, and he caught up really fast. And we spent hours a day sitting in my backyard, back to back, just jamming. And it's like when we get on the G3 stage, it's like we're just picking up where we left off.
You're right back in that spot, right?
It's amazing. Yeah.
That's a great story. You guys have known each other that long, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Wow. So when you're on stage playing with G3 and you hit a riff, you're like, let's see Yngwie do that. Is that kind of what you like?
Well, yeah, it's funny.
Take that.
It's funny. We all have our little things, that come more natural than other things. Yngwie's got this thing he does with his fast picking that Steve and I we just didn't touch it. He'd play it, and we just look at it and go, wow. We're just happy that we were that close when he did it.
What would be your signature technique if there is one that comes to mind?
I have no idea.
Really?
Well, the thing I picked up before was that little thing you do with the harmonics up there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You do throw that in a lot. I mean, when I hear that, I know that it's you most of the time, unless Steve does it also, and I'm just confusing him. But I think it's you. But I'll tell you what, we got to take another quick break. The guitar work in these commercials is excellent, though, if you listen to it.
Okay.
And Joe Satriani is going to come back and play some more. I know you got a bunch of them.
Yes.
I love on the new one. Is there Love in Space? I love If I Could Fly.
I can do that.
If you have that.
I have it. We haven't done it yet live, so this will be an exclusive right here.
It's kind of a breezy, easygoing kind of groove.
Yeah.
It's a feel-good, it's the feel-good tune of the summer. Yeah. We're going to play that in just a few here at 93.3. Joe